that drew sword. All these were men of war. And the children of Israel arose and went up to the house of God and asked counsel of God and said, which of us shall go up first to battle against the children of Benjamin? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first. And the children of Israel rose up in the morning and encamped against Gibeah. And the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin. And the men of Israel put themselves in array to fight against them at Gibeah. And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah, and destroyed down to the ground of Israelites that day 22,000 men. And the people of the men of Israel encouraged themselves, and set their battle again in array, in the place where they put themselves in array the first day. And the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening.
So you see, we lost the first battle going up against Benjamin. So, this is some serious stuff going on. Continue.
And asked counsel of the Lord, saying, shall I go up again to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother? And the Lord said, go up against them. And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth against them out of Gibeah the second day, and destroyed down to the ground of the children of Israel again 18,000 men. All these drew the sword.
So you see how many people are dying just because of what these men did to this man's wife and what they tried to do to him. Continue.
Then all the children of Israel and all the people went up and came up to the house of God and wept, and sat there before the Lord and fasted that day until evening, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days, saying, shall I yet again go out to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother, or shall I cease? And the Lord said, go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into thine hand. And Israel set liers in wait round about Gibeah. And the children of Israel went up against the children of Benjamin on the third day, and put themselves in array against Gibeah as at other times. And the children of Benjamin went out against the people, and were drawn away from the city. And they began to smite of the people and kill, as at other times, in the highways, of which one goeth up to the house of God, and the other to Gibeah, and the field about 30 men of Israel. And the children of Benjamin said, they are smitten down before us, as at the first. But the children of Israel said, let us flee, and draw them from the city unto the highways. And all the men of Israel rose up out of their place, and put themselves in array at Baal Tamar, and the liers in wait of Israel came forth out of their places, even out of the meadows of Gibeah.
See, what Israel had did was, this time they had people lying in the street, other people in the tribes that was like in hiding, just lying in wait. So once they got Benjamin to get kind of away from the city, the liars in the street came out with the rest of the Israelites. So now they had more people than it seemed like it was of them. Continue.
And there, excuse me, and there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen men out of all of Israel, and the battle was sore. But they knew not that evil was near them. And the Lord smote Benjamin before Israel. And the children of Israel destroyed of the Benjamites that day 25,000 and 100 men. All these drew the sword.
And those are just the Benjamites. Now you got to remember, you got other tribes, the other 11 tribes fighting the Benjamites. So we got all these brothers dying over these homosexuals. Continue.
So the children of Benjamin saw that they were smitten, for the men of Israel gave place to the Benjamites, because they trusted unto the liers in wait, which they had set besides Gibeah. And the liers in wait hasted, and rushed upon Gibeah. And the liers in wait drew themselves along, and smote all the city with the edge of the sword. Now there was an appointed sign between the men of Israel and the liers in wait, that they should make a great flame with smoke rise up out of the city. And when the men of Israel were tired in the battle, Benjamin began to smite and kill of the men of Israel about 30 persons. For they said, surely they are smitten down before us, as in the first battle. But when the flame began to arise up out of the city with a pillar of smoke, the Benjamites looked behind them, and behold, the flame of the city ascended up to heaven. And when the men of Israel turned again, the men of Benjamin were amazed, for they saw that that evil was come upon them. Therefore they turned their backs before the men of Israel unto the way of the wilderness. But the battle overtook them, and them which came out of the cities they destroyed in the midst of them. Thus they enclosed the Benjamites round about, and chased them, and trode them down with ease over against Gibeah toward the sunrising. And there fell of Benjamin 18,000 men. All these were men of valor. And they turned and fled toward the wilderness unto the rock of Rimmon. And they gleaned of them in the highways 5,000 men, and pursued hard after them unto Gittim, and slew 2,000 men of them. So that all which fell that day of Benjamin were 25,000 men that drew the sword. All these were men of valor. But 600 men turned and fled to the wilderness, unto the rock of Rimmon, and abode in the rock Rimmon 4 months. And the men of Israel turned again unto the children of Benjamin, and smote them with the edge of the sword, as well the men of every city as the beasts, and all that came to hand. Also they set on fire all the cities that they came to.
So now you're seeing here, all other children of Israel have attacked Benjamin now. And we know Benjamin is our brother. You know, we even know in the holy city they say it's going to be 12 gates. If we got rid of Benjamin, it's just going to be 11. So now we got a problem. We got to fix Benjamin. Because Israel, we didn't read into it, but Israel had made a promise that when we go deal with these brothers, we're not going to get them our wives. So now Benjamin needs some wives to sustain, to be able to become a tribe, to be able to stay a tribe. They don't have no wives. So let's go into 21 and see how they had to fix this. Now remember how all of this got started because of the sodomy. Continue. 21:1, Judges.
Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mizpah, saying, there shall not any of us give his daughter unto Benjamin the wife. And the people came to the house of God, and abode there till evening before God, and lifted up their voices, and wept sore, and said, O Lord God of Israel, why is this come to pass in Israel, that there should be today one tribe lacking in Israel? And it came to pass on the morrow that the people rose early, and built there an altar, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the children of Israel said, who is there among all the tribes of Israel that came not up with the congregation unto the Lord? For they had made a great oath concerning him that came not up to the Lord to Mizpah, saying, he shall surely be put to death. And the children of Israel repented them for Benjamin their brother, and said, there is one tribe cut off from Israel this day. How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing we have sworn by the Lord that we will not give them of our daughters to wives? And they said, what one is there of the tribes of Israel that came not up to Mizpah to the Lord? And behold, there came none to the camp from Jabesh Gilead to the assembly. For the people were numbered, and behold, there were none of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead there.
So when Israel all got together to get ready to go against Benjamin, they noticed that they took account of everybody, and none of these people came up. So now the people who didn't come up, they said they was going to put to death. So they're going to do it. Continue.
And the congregation sent thither 12,000 men of the valiantness, and commanded them, saying, go and smite the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead with the edge of the sword, with the women and the children. And this is the thing that ye shall do. Ye shall utterly destroy every male and every woman that have lain by man. And they found among the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead 400 young virgins that had not known man by lying with any male. And they brought them unto the camp of Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan.
That's good. So you see all of this and everything they had to go through. Then they also had to go attack some more Israelites, kill them and their wives, spare the virgins. All this came because these men tried to sodomize some men who was a Levite. So you see, this is a real ungodly way of living, and it's definitely not somewhere that should be in the church. Now let's go over here and read Leviticus, the 20th chapter. Leviticus, the 20th chapter, and we're going to pick it up at 13. Read that one verse.